there we go, see what I can do to help people on their health food journey, no matter what that is and what they are, where they are, no matter what that looks like. That is what I enjoy doing, is helping you guys getting healthy, staying healthy, and also just knowing where to start, right? So what I want to hone in on today, right now, is how to create a few healthy habits to put you on the right path to get started, or to push you to success. And there's a ton of healthy habits you can put in place. I really want to focus on one in particular that I feel is key, really key. So when it comes to creating healthy habits, most people look at health like something that they need to change all at once. It's all or nothing. It's black or white. I'm healthy or I'm not. And that is not very helpful. It is literally a journey, and that's why I call it that, a health journey. This is something that you want to create habits that sustain you. And of course, the way that we create habits the best is to do something repetitively and change little bits one at a time. I've changed this chunk, then I'm changing that chunk, then I'm changing that chunk. And along the way, you are building your road to healthy. You have to have the path first. That's really key, having the path. So that's what I want to talk about, is what is keeping you from your path to making the health changes that you want in your life, in your body. When we go to make changes, it's usually because we're not feeling well. We want something better. Maybe you don't have enough energy, you're fatigued. Maybe you don't, maybe you have too much inflammation and pain and you're tired of it. Maybe it's high blood pressure that's really causing you a lot of problems. Maybe it's high blood sugar that's also causing you a lot of problems. There are so many different things that will motivate us to want to change our healthy habits and ways, right? So typically what happens is most people, when the body is not in health, it's not in a good place of health, you feel drained and tired, you feel stuck, you don't know how to get out of your current ruts that you're in. Most of us live really busy lifestyles. Most of us have a lot of things on our plate, and it is going to be, maybe you're working a lot of hours, or maybe you're working and then you're going home and you've got kids and you're tired. Maybe you're caregiving for an elder. Maybe you're caregiving for somebody else. It doesn't matter what it is. Our time is very limited. And it's precious, and we need to really invest it wisely. So when we have habits that are not supporting us and not sustaining us, it's harder to get out of those habits than it is to create a new healthy one. We can create a new healthy habit for a day. That's easy. We can create a new healthy habit for here and there sporadically, but we want ongoing and something that's going to stick, to where we don't even call it a healthy habit. We call it normal for us. That's what you want. So what I tell people is, if you're looking to make a change with how you eat and change what you're eating, I'm always going to point toward whole foods, whole food eating, right? That's food in its closest to nature state, not processed and not with preservatives or chemicals or from a box or a jar, right? The closest you can get your food from nature is going to support your body the most. Okay, well, we all know that typically takes a little more time and energy. So how do you fit that in when you're tired and you don't feel good? And that's the reason you want to make changes, right? You really need to look at making a commitment to something that will support you on that journey. And what I usually tell people, and this is the reason I've started the business that I have started, is join a food co-op. Get their produce shares. This is going to change your habits. It is some sort of accountability to making sure that you are setting yourself up to succeed. And I know what typically happens is people, it's too easy for them to go, oh, I got these produce and I got all these veggies and I don't know what to do with them and now I'm too tired to do anything with it. So that's where the co-op comes in to help you. And we set out to give you resources to stay on that. We give you recipes, we give you ideas, we talk about what the produce is and what to do with it, and that's what the benefit, one of the great benefits of joining a co-op. I hear this all the time and I see it for years. I have seen this. People will tell me they want to make changes. I suggest they get a co-op share, the membership, and get the co-op shares. It doesn't mean you have to get your produce shares every single week, but it's some regularity. Those who get the shares regular make this commitment. They're taking home this produce and they're like, okay, I have paid for these. I don't want these to just go die, right? That's what we're looking for. Yeah, so it's really about what am I going to do with these now? So now you're committed. You've paid for these vegetables and the produce and the fruits. You don't want them to go to waste. You know they're good for you. You know you want to learn and need to learn how to use them. So that's where the co-op comes in. We give you recipes. We tell you how to do it. I see people do this, and then after about 9 months or a year, maybe they don't re-up their co-op membership, and then they stop doing it because they're like, oh, it's so much work, and oh, it costs a little bit more, and I'm gonna go to the big giant chain grocery store instead and go back to that. Well, what does that usually look like? When you don't feel good and you don't have health, and you don't have energy, and you're walking into a giant chain grocery store with the blue lights blaring at you and lots of chaos going around you and people kind of in their own zone, and maybe they're bumping their cart. They're standing right in front of what you want to shop for and they're not moving their cart, and it's frustrating. The whole process is, it's too easy for you to go to your old habits and grab the boxed this and the jarred that because it's just simple, fast, and easy, and you want to get out of there. It's not exactly a pleasant environment for most people. That's what most people find. When you go to a co-op, it's usually very different. You will find mindfulness. You will find consciousness. People who are very polite and, oh, I'm sorry, am I on your way? Let me move over. Here, would you like to look at this? Ooh, I was just asking the co-op owner about eggplant because I don't know what to do with it. You want to listen in on this conversation? That's what you find. And that is really helpful. I'm just checking in on comments. Yep. So, and I see you on there. Yeah, you know this has happened. This happens all day long at the grocery stores. It's infuriating. But you go to the co-op and you find support. You find people who are having conversations of going, you know, I just tried this new recipe because my doctor told me I can't eat potatoes anymore. So I switched to sweet potatoes and I don't like them, but I tried this new recipe and I made them savory, and all of a sudden you overhear the right conversation you wanted to hear to keep you healthy. Because people who go and shop at a health food store or at a co-op are generally also looking for health. They are on their path to health as well. And so you are now surrounded with people like-minded. You are surrounded with people who either have health, want health, know health, on a health food journey just like you. So you've surrounded yourself with answers. You've surrounded yourself with support already walking in that door. Then just listening to other people's conversations and listening to all the other tips of what's helpful. So this is what you get when you shop at a co-op. And when you get those produce shares, you're committed now to learning new foods, new habits, new recipes. And I'm going to tell you something you're not going to want to hear. When you go to make real changes in your health, I mean real changes, you're going to come across a point, and it is the pivotal point where you feel very uncomfortable. That is what you're looking for. That is the pivotal point to change your habits. When you have found yourself in a new place, feeling like a fish out of water, and going, do I know what I'm doing? Surrounded by health? Yes, you do know what you're doing. You've just put yourself in a place of learning. You have just dropped the old comfort habits that you had, and you just found yourself. You found yourself in a place ready to learn. In order for you to really take in new habits and new information, you need to be in an open space. When you go to old habits, old ways, and you're mindlessly going through the shopping cart aisles with other people, you are just going to perpetuate the old ways and old things that aren't supporting you. So when you find yourself going to get your produce share and you take a look at what's in the produce shares and you go, okra? I don't think I like okra, but I'm open to it. What do I do? That, when you start asking the questions, now you're going to make a change. Now you're on the right track and you're ready. That's when new habits start. That's when you make changes that are real. So, I particularly grew up not liking okra, going, oh, gross. And then I found out, you know what? I didn't like it because it was slimy. I didn't know you could actually cook okra to where it wasn't slimy. All you have to do is cook it 5 to 10 minutes longer. Sliminess gone. Now, flavor. Okay, all you have to do is know the seasoning and spices to add to it. Okay, I can do that. What if I don't like okra at all? Well, you can ask my kids. I am the queen of hiding foods they don't like or don't know into sauces, gravies, and whatever they do like spaghetti sauce. My kids love spaghetti because most kids do. It's easy to eat. I would throw eggplant in there, kohlrabi, okra. They really had no idea it was in there for years until they got older and they finally caught on to what I was doing. But I remember having a conversation with my oldest, and one day I brought home kohlrabi, and I'm like, hey, we're having kohlrabi for dinner. She goes, ew, I don't like kohlrabi. I'm like, yeah, you do. You do. You've been eating it for years in your spaghetti sauce. And she went, oh, okay. So this is how you find ways for yourself to create new ways to eat healthier new foods, new to you foods maybe, right? That's what produce shares help you do. Now, the great thing about our produce shares here at the co-op is that we allow you to substitute up to 3 items. So as you're placing your order and you see on the small share, okay, they're gonna have okra and eggplant in there and I just don't know what to do with it and I'm just a baby at starting all this. Can I stick with my broccoli and carrots, please? I think that's enough. Great, okay, substitute them out at first. Get more of your broccoli, get more of your carrots while you're learning the fish out of the water, new habits, right? While you're listening to new recipes and new ideas, right? Then slowly, before you know it, a few months down the road, you might find yourself trying the okra, finding an okra recipe. I had a woman, a customer here at the co-op, who said she vehemently hated chard, would never eat chard. So one day we were sampling a recipe that I make with chard and coconut milk and Brazil nuts and coriander. And she tried it and then said, now what is this? And she said, this is great. I could eat it all day. What is it? I said, it's chard. And she said, how is that? I don't like chard. I'm like, well, apparently you do. It's just all in how you season it, right? So you know what? She became a great lover of chard. And then every time we had chard, she would get extra bunches and freeze it because she loved it so much. She knew what to do with it. That's all it takes in creating new habits. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and learn something new. Maybe the first habit you're changing is changing over to shopping at a food co-op where other health-minded, health-conscious people are there and where you can get resources and some extra help for free. That's the first start. Maybe then after that, you've joined the co-op and you're going to try the produce shares. And at first you may substitute out some of those vegetables you're not sure about. That's okay. We allow you to do that. And then after a while, your palate's going to start to change because you are introducing more vegetables than most likely you were eating before. And we're going to give you new recipes, and you're going to try new things. And the more you do that, the more greens you're eating all of a sudden. Microgreens, what is that? I don't know. I got it in my share. Let's find out what to do with it. Now I'm helping you, give you ideas. Hey, throw it in your smoothie with some fruit. You won't even know it's there, and then your body will love it. People do it, and after a while, they don't know why. Now their body craves it. Now we have new habits starting. This is how you create new healthy habits that are going to stick with you. So I encourage you to work on joining a food co-op. If you're not local, go join your local food co-op. Of course, organic, because you want organic foods. You know, I'm always going to tell you healthy is eating produce that's all original and not pesticide lit and laden with chemicals and herbs, herbicides, and we don't want cancer, right? Don't eat cancer. Let's eat the things that beat cancer, right? So I'm going to teach you to do it organic. And then if you're local, come see us at the co-op, because we love helping people just like you finding their way back to health. So if you guys have questions, I love to answer them. Come see me at the co-op. We're open Mondays 9 to 7, Tuesdays 9 to 5, and then Wednesday through Friday is 9 to 7, Saturday 9 to 6. And of course, you can always email us at sales@shopnaturalliving.com. That's how you can find me. You can call us too, 832-632-2937. And did you know we have a YouTube channel? Yeah, we're on YouTube. We are. You can follow us at Shop Natural. Actually, it's Natural Living Organic Food Co-op and Cafe. And then, of course, Instagram is Shop Natural Living. So we love to share ways to get you back on track to your health goals and what you want. Thanks, guys.